Isaac, the father, is about to die, and we see this deceptive nature of Jacob coming up again. Because what happens is once they learn that Isaac, the father, is dying, they know that the blessing needs to be imparted. And so Jacob wants that blessing. Even though he's the second born, he wants the blessing. And so he and his mother Rebekah devise a scheme where he goes in and disguises himself as his brother Esau, convinces his father that he is Esau by lying to him because his father Isaac was basically blind at this point in time. And he does something else. He steals not only the birthright earlier, but at the death of his father Isaac, he steals Esau's blessing. This is a very serious offense on his part. Now you see that because of all of this, he has been conniving and deceiving. In fact, his very name, Jacob, means a deceiver or a liar, a supplanter. And so here is in this moment, the ugly nature of Jacob's character is in full view. Now, the result of this was not very pretty. In fact, let's take a look at Genesis chapter 27, and let's see what the result was. Of course, we would realize this to be the result. Esau held a grudge against Jacob because of the blessing his father had given him, that is, given Jacob. He said to himself, "The days of mourning for my father are near. Then, notice this, I will kill my brother Jacob." So great animosity, this terrible grudge now exists between Esau and Jacob, primarily obviously on Esau's part, and he wants to kill him. So this tricky, conniving, underhanded nature of Jacob has put his life in jeopardy. Now you would think, as would often perhaps be the case, that God would have disqualified someone like Jacob from any kind of blessing for the future of his life. But as we're going to see here in this story, because of some prayers, or a particular prayer that Jacob prayed, God met him in a very real way, and he opened his eyes to his own need, and he brought about transformation in his life. My first point today is this, that all of us have issues. None of us come into the kingdom of God in perfection. We all come into God's kingdom with certain issues in our life, character flaws, places in our life that still need to be made holy and still need to be made whole. And until we recognize that reality, nothing will ever change in our life. And so perhaps my first question to all of us today is, what kind of Jacob are you? This Jacob was a lying and deceiving and conniving man that God had to work with, but all of us have issues in our life. And the beginning point for praying a prayer that will change your life is to admit the fact that you and I have issues that need to be addressed in our life. What are the issues in your life?